no matter what room I come in, I'm not coming in this room with the thought of I'm trying to make you feel comfortable.
Do you come in the room to make your wife feel comfortable though? Does that matter to you?
What?
You're coming in the room not for these people, but you are coming in the room for this woman who is on your side.
But is she on his side if she asks him to switch up?
To switch up to meet the needs of that group. You're supposed to be on my side.
Yo, welcome to the cave with Mel, Troy, and Lace. The podcast where men can have a safe space. We on all platforms. You need to tune in, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Welcome to Melody, the podcast where men can have a safe space. Welcome to Melody. Welcome to the cave with Mel, Troy, and Lace.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Cut all
I'm
that out.
that kind of petty.
Oh, it's
I'm
cut
that
out.
kind of petty.
Don't even worry about it.
Cut all that out.
You'd be
I'm that
surprised
kinda
all the
petty.
stuff I cut out.
I know when you cut
You
it.
can move your creatine bottle
Definitely my creatine bottle. How you know I'm taking creatine?
because you on steroids.
Hey, bro, and I'm more than willing to do all the
I
stuff
believe
right
it.
now.
I'm about to be taking creatine too.
Cause listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't trying to be fair. I'm not in no competitions. I want to be Diesel.
I just want show muscle. That's all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They just for show.
Yeah.
I don't want to lift nothing heavy.
I got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
I grew up as the kid that used to wear the t-shirts to the pool.
Oh, you was that
I was that kid.
whole shirt wet.
Whole shirt wet.
10 years old having a wet t-shirt contest with himself.
With myself, pulling
That's
it out
crazy.
every 3
Yeah,
seconds because
yeah.
it's clinging to my body.
That's
oh, yeah.
wild.
That's
That's
wild.
wild.
And I
yeah.
refuse to do that as
Why
an adult.
why are we like that though as a people? This is what you get. Why are we that self-conscious? If you got A cups, man, rock your A cups, bro.
Well, first of all, I had C's. Don't
Regardless,
take away
though.
what I had. But I think what it is like it's an inward desire to I'm sorry. It's a inward understanding of what beauty is. And
Western European beauty.
Western European beauty. And you subscribe to that and you're like, I don't fit that mold, so I want to cover up the thing that
But
doesn't
the
allow
thing
me to
is,
fit that
everybody
mold.
at the pool knew you was fat.
Whether you took the t-shirt off or not. Whether you took the t-shirt off
That's
or
what I'm
not.
saying. Do you see what?
And you look
But
worse
hold on,
with
hold
the
on.
t-shirt on.
Right.
You
But
look
hold on.
more ridiculous with
You
the
over here
t-shirt.
with a
If I-
tall tee on, getting out the pool.
Finna drown because it's pulling you down.
You got a whole outfit on in the
Right.
pool.
You do.
Right.
But I think but at the same time, at least if I had the shirt on, you can't say ew. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna say
They
ew.
said
We can
that-
see that.
Ew.
As soon
We
as the
said-
t-shirt get
Ew.
wet, we can see your whole shape.
Bro, I was at Vacation Bible School one time. I was at least 6 years old. I had on a shirt that had the sleeves cut off. I had the sleeves cut off. And I remember to this day, Travis Broadhurst was like,
Lay's laughing before he even gets the story out.
I remember to this day, Travis Broadhurst was like, Troy got Krispy Kreme donuts under his arm because it was rolls, fat rolls right here. And I was like, never again. I wouldn't.
First of
you
all,
were-
why was
you
you
would
wearing
never
a sleeveless shirt to Vacation Bible
I'm
School?
6 or 7 years old, Lace. And it's in the summer, it's hot.
Yo,
It
that's
had a
wild.
little dinosaur riding a skateboard.
Yeah, you had
I
a
remember-
traumatized childhood,
Yo,
bro.
you did. You remember a lot of trauma.
I
yo.
do. I do.
Like you really do.
and I don't think it's for me. It's not trauma. It's
No,
just
it's
like
absolutely trauma. You remember this nigga's first and last name, Travis Broadneck.
From 6'7". From 6'7" years old,
First
which
of
is
all-
the crazy part.
if you grew up in church, you know everybody's
I
first and last
don't.
name.
I don't.
And they basically become your cousin.
No, that's real. But I mean, yeah, nah.
So that's the reason. Yeah. So I refuse. I'm taking my creatine. I'm taking my protein powders.
Okay.
Taking my
Okay.
pre-workout powders. I'm doing
Hey,
all that stuff.
Whatever works for you, big guy.
Get into it, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
Get
Because
into it.
I mean, hitting the gym, like honestly, going to the gym has been a release for you, boy. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, I believe that.
Going to the gym is very therapeutic. You get to be by yourself. You get to listen to music. You get to think through thoughts and stuff like that. You get motivation because it's just you. I work out by myself. Occasionally, I have a friend, but I get to think through like the rest of my day, how I'm gonna go about stuff. Oh, yo,
Mhm.
it's amazing.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what it
behind.
is, man.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Melly Mel, aka Melly Badass, aka your favorite truth teller, aka if you don't want to know, don't ask me.
It's your boy T-Dot Roy, your neighborhood hope dealer. If you need some hope, I got something you can borrow. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow.
What it do, though? It's your boy Dr. Life Coach Lace, aka NBA Old Boy, aka I'm him, aka the Menace, no relation to Dennis. Let's get it.
Well, welcome back, fellas. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, man, we back.
We back.
We bite.
I think I could let everybody know. We got a house.
That's what's up,
I was
man.
going to bring it up, but he wanted
That's
to
what's
shout
up.
himself. But
That's
go
what's
ahead.
up. Shout yourself out, bro.
Shout it out.
yourself
I was going to bring it up.
Got a crib?
Yeah, got the crib. It's a new build, but you'll be surprised. It's so many problems with a new build, bro.
Yeah.
So many problems.
Yeah.
One of the things, so we signed on the 5th. We moved in on like the 12th or the 15th. It was some time after because we just didn't have the time on our schedule to pack up, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
First of all, if I ever move ever again, movers. I'm never moving.
Absolutely.
Not moving. I'm not touching a box ever again, bro.
No, you don't need to.
Well,
I'll help.
I'll touch a box.
A box.
A box.
One box.
One box. But yeah, man.
And it's going to be the lightest one.
Yes.
So movers were to go. They moved everything into the crib. And then, after you stay in the crib for a while, you accumulate things. Like you accumulate dishes. That's a normal thing. So, but as we were accumulating dishes, we didn't wash any dishes just yet. I turned the sink on and I realized that the water wasn't going down the drain very quickly. It would take like overnight for the water in the drain to go down the drain. So with the new bill, you have what you call a superintendent who oversees construction and stuff like that. So we hit him up. We was like, hey, our drain's not draining. What's going on? He's like, let me check it out. Bro, they come in there with the plumber. There's concrete in my sink, in the plumbing of my sink. And so he's like, all right, I'm going to try to get one of my tools. His tool wouldn't work to get it out, wouldn't break it up. So in order for them to do that, they had to get somebody to come in to remove the countertop. That's one guy. Another guy to remove the cabinets. That's another guy. A plumber to come in to then get in the concrete. So he had to break into the slab of the house, then get a tool to break in the concrete in the actual tube. Okay. So then put the concrete back on. Then the cabinet guy got to come back in. That's another day.
Yeah.
Then another day, the countertop guy got to come back in. And then the plumber comes back again for the last 6 days. We didn't have a working sink, bro. We didn't have a working sink. And you don't know you need a sink
until you ain't got one.
Yeah. So how did you handle this inconvenience? Because I know how it could.
Not with grace, I tell you that much.
It was with grace.
For real?
And I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all saw the text message that I sent the realtor when they was like, hey, we need to move back your signing date. So for people that don't know, they reached out to we had a signing date. They were like, hey, we need to move y'all signing date because we need to make some changes to the contract. Cool. So then we had another date locked in. Here's the thing. When you set these days to do these things, you have to do it on those days. Because I'm moving work around these things. You know what I'm saying? And so the signing was at 9 in the morning. They text me at like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock the night before. Hey, we might need to move y'all signing from 9 to 12. I text back. I said, this has been very inconvenient for us. Okay. I tapped into my mailbag.
Mail GPT.
Yes. It was really
Mail GPT. Okay.
I tapped into my Mail GPT and I said, this has been very inconvenient for us, the whole process. I feel like we have not been a priority. And y'all better move heaven and earth to make this signing happen at 9 a.m. in the morning. All right, we'll see y'all at 9 o'clock in the morning then. And I felt good in the moment. I felt so good, I screenshot it and I sent it at least 6 group chats. I was like, hey.
He did, yo. I was like, that's very polite.
It was a polite cuss out.
It was polite for real?
It was a polite cuss out. That was very polite, bro.
I wouldn't have been like,
that was very polite.
Okay. Okay.
I thought I was kind of like harsh on my
Nah,
man.
it was,
you was not.
bruh, that was equivalent to the Arthur meme of him clenching his fist. Arthur with his fist clenched is
that
what
feel
that
like
was.
he in his bag, so he got him. You got him, champ.
I was glad that you.
I appreciate that.
I was glad that you did say something though.
Yeah, man, because it's the inconvenience piece. And here's the thing: I have the flexibility, my wife hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And as y'all all know, I'm not sure if I told this story yet, but the issue about my wife and her omelet at the restaurant. Did I tell y'all this?
Nah.
So we at the breakfast spot.
What it do, though? It's your boy, Dr. Life Coach Lace, a.k.a. NBA Old Boy, a.k.a. I'm him, a.k.a. the menace no relation to Dennis. Look, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin. We need you to stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe to the potty. We know you love listening to us. We bring a lot of great content, great conversation, a lot of fun, jovial conversation across the board. So tap in with us. Make sure after you subscribe, please like so that we can showcase that you care, that we care for you, and that we bring in the heat to everything that we do. So lock in with us, Manly D's Podcast. Share it with your entire community, your entire network, because we bringing the real to the real.
So we at the breakfast spot. This is prior to this instance right here.
Right?
The omelet got them gas, bro.
We had the
The omelet made them cuss out
Not the omelet.
and that omelet, bro.
Hey, that's like them white only pies. You just never know.
You never know what will make you snap.
You never know.
You never know.
I felt in this moment that I let my wife down.
Over an omelet, bro?
And it be the smallest. It's the
Bro, we gotta.
no, Mel.
Hey,
what is?
Doc.
It's the
Hey,
principle.
Doc,
Mel, it's the principle. Is it not the
okay,
principle?
it is the principle.
Go ahead with
Let me tell you.
It's
Go
the
ahead with
principle.
the
Go ahead
story,
with the
Doc.
story.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you what it. Let me tell you what
It's
it
the
is.
principle.
So we at the breakfast spot. We got omelets. My wife is eating her omelet. First of all, I dog my omelet. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She's eating her omelet, and she cuts into it, and she's like, "What is this blue thing in my omelet?" So we call the waitress over, and the waiter's like, "Oh, that's a piece of somebody's glove." One of the cook's gloves, a piece of it, fell into her omelet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, "Yo, you got to be kidding me!" So we tell the dude, we tell the waiter. The waiter's like, "I'm so sorry for this. I'm so sorry for this. I'll get you another omelet." So Shaka's like, she's like low key traumatized, because she's also a germaphobe.
Okay.
And so she's like, she's a scientist. She's worked in clean labs her whole, so she worked in them type of labs where you had to wash yourself off first, then put your stuff on, then walk into the lab. And then as you walk out the lab, you have to wash yourself off and then leave out. You know what I'm saying? So she's freaking out. She's like, we should at least get, this omelet for free or whatever
The
case
whole
may be.
thing free. If I find a glove, an O.J. Simpson glove in my
Right.
omelet,
Right, exactly.
my dinner is free. Breakfast, lunch, all that.
Right. So, mind you this, let me tell you about some trauma behind that. Every time I go out with my family to eat, and I'm sorry, family, if y'all seeing this on YouTube or Instagram, I'm just gonna tell y'all straight up, I hate going to dinner with y'all. I hate going to dinner with y'all. And my uncle can attest to this too, because he feels the same way. But every time we go to dinner, it's and I'm not saying the N-word for this whole year, but I'm gonna say it right now. There's always some that is going on when we go out to dinner in large groups. Either they yelling at the waiter because the wait's too long. Well, you got to understand, there's 12 of us. They got to take time to get all stuff. It's always something that is going on with the family, and I feel embarrassed. So fast forward to this moment. There's actually a real issue to be upset about.
Right.
And I shirk. I shrink. I don't take the right steps that I should. I didn't go to the waiter and say, "Hey, you need to take this off the check." I didn't go to the manager and let them know what was going on. So in that moment, I felt like I let my wife down. Fast forward again to this moment where they're trying to make us move our time and our date for our signing. Y'all better move heaven and earth to make sure we sign at 9, because my wife got clients at 12 and we got jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't move this anymore. And so that's the reason why I Arthur meme snapped out on
the
realtor.
Look, I understand the principle because it is the principle.
It's the principle.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm
principle.
glad that you spoke up for yourself about the house and stuff like that. And I understand what you're saying about the omelet. I'm gonna say this and we can move on from it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take us away from what we really gonna talk about. I cannot stand when someone misses a step somewhere else and then they try to overcorrect it with me.
Oh, you gotta you gotta pay for it.
No,
Yeah,
so
I'm
just
bringing that
because,
baggage with
and
me.
I hate when people do that. When
Yeah.
I can feel it, it always pisses me off, and then I always make them regret it afterwards. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, just because you didn't have enough strength to speak up to that other person,
Yeah.
don't take what you had with them and try
Right,
to apply it to
yeah,
me,
yeah,
and now
yeah.
you want to speak up with me because you're trying to make up for you feel like you
Right,
missed
right.
yourself. I
Yeah.
don't care what happened with that other
You
situation.
could have ate a whole glove. For all
don't
I
care.
care.
I don't care about none of that. You're not about to
I want a
compound
new
your
house. That's
situation
what
with
you
me.
should have said. I want a new house.
I should have said that.
I want a new house and some omelet.
But I do get in the moment you feeling like you learning from your
Right,
your
yeah,
mistake,
yeah.
your situation.
But
So
I mean,
do
you
get
operating
that.
in your emotional intelligence. I gotta
Yeah,
give you
too.
that.
I give you that.
I gotta give you that. But
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I'm glad you spoke up though, because
it's
a lot
not
of
apples
people
to
will-
apples though.
It's not. It's not. But a lot of people, I'm starting to realize more. You know how you get so used to doing something that just comes natural to you.
Yeah.
You can't really understand how it could be more difficult for others.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm so used to advocating for myself
Right.
when I'm not satisfied or when I'm
It piss you
uncomfortable
off
or
when other
or if
people
it pisses
don't.
me off, and it pisses me off when other people don't.
Yo, I'm there
Because
too.
I'm like, I know that bothers you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And you not saying nothing.
Right.
I know you uncomfortable, and you not saying nothing.
So
Why
yeah.
you don't just? Why are you not? I'm not talking about you. I'm looking at you.
No,
because
no,
it's-
I
But I'm
understand.
saying like, why are you not saying nothing? I didn't
Yes.
realize how comfortable people are with being quietly inconvenienced or quietly uncomfortable or quietly dissatisfied or something like that because they are hesitant to speak up or they're afraid of what the response may be if they do
Right.
advocate for themselves. I be sitting there sometimes. That's why I just speak up for other people sometimes.
Mhm.
And I know it's a bad habit. I shouldn't be speaking on behalf of other people. But if I can feel it,
Yeah.
I'll be like, now you know you don't want it.
Right.
Say
right,
something.
right.
Say something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, people have a problem with conflict, regardless if it is towards them or not. They don't want to create conflict. But I agree with you. Like sitting in some of these meetings, dealing with people, etc. Don't come to me after the meeting talking about you was right.
Say that
somebody
when
in
we
there.
in.
And say it in front of everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Have
People
some
do that to me
testicular-
all the time.
Yeah, have some testicular fortitude. Say
Yeah.
what you need to say. Don't be no hoe.
I'm standing there going out before everybody else,
Right.
speaking on behalf of the group for the best interest of the group.
Yeah, put my name
You
on the line.
afraid to say something.
and
You gonna
over
let
here
me do it.
yeah,
Then when I get
come
outside,
on,
you
bro.
like, hey man, I appreciate
Listen,
what you. No,
see, those-
appreciate me in the room.
Those
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of people, I can't
Appreciate
do
me
it.
in the
Yeah, I
room.
can't
Don't
do
wait
it.
till you
I
get me
can't
off
do
to the
it. I
side.
don't want to hear nothing.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't want to hear that.
I feel you.
I would've had your back.
I want a new house.
I don't know where y'all went to brunch at, but we would have had 3% of that company if I thought 3%.
Hey, I would have said
find
she
a
ate a
glove in my
whole
drink.
glove.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for this.
Come on, bro. I'm suing. And we suing. And I'm suing.
Hey, Big Sue.
I would have cut up half that omelet, folded up in a napkin or something. I'd be like, we done ate half. I don't know how much that glove is now in my wife's system. That glove is contaminating my wife's immune system. I'm suing this establishment right now.
Oh man,
Did you get your breakfast for free?
he paid for it.
Let's move on in the conversation.
He paid
Let's
for
move
it.
on in the conversation.
I know that he paid
let's
for
move
it.
on.
Oh, man.
And that's the reason why the realtor end up getting.
So now he
Right.
got to catch the
The omelet.
yeah the friendly fire because
You got-
you messed up on the omelet.
He got to.
See what
So
I'm
you
saying?
paid for the omelet.
He got to.
You did pay for the omelet.
So after they fixed my sink,
Him paid for it.
after they fixed my sink, listen,
See, it's stuff like that while you
tell my
go into
story.
T-Mobile
Right.
for a cell phone and leave with
And
internet.
leave with a satellite
Leave
dish.
with a modem. It's stuff like that.
He went in for a
You see what I'm
phone,
saying? I just
left,
wanted a case.
left with a satellite dish.
Now I got 2 internet modems at the house I can't do nothing with. Just say something. Just say something, bruh.
Hey yo,
Hey,
Why do y'all be doing that?
let's
left
move,
with a whole
let's,
satellite dish.
let's move along amicably. Let's move along.
Now you can't go back and get your money back. It's too late now.
Oh, it's
But
been-
I would have.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, bro.
yo.
That whole meal would have been free.
Woo,
But
wee.
I
Y'all got cry.
That whole meal would have been
But
free.
mind you too.
Oh,
you talk
my
about
God.
trauma. Talk about trauma. Talk about trauma. Talk about trauma. Being in those situations where, like, yo, I have been at dinners with my family where they will eat half the meal and say, I don't like this. Let me get something else, and I'm not paying for this.
Mhm.
And I have to sit there. I'm like, oh my gosh, you didn't eat half the meal,
But you embarrassed though. That's why.
and I'm big embarrassed.
Why?
Nah, I don't agree with that.
What?
I don't agree. You just eat half the meal.
No, I'm saying, why is he embarrassed? Why are you embarrassed?
It's secondhand because I'm affiliated with these
Right.
people by blood and proximity right now.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And I've seen it happen too many times. Oh, I don't like this. Take this back. Give me another.
Eating a riblet basket. Talking about, I don't like this.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm asking why he embarrassed. Because there's a lot of other people like that. Why are you embarrassed?
He just said from affiliation.
Like, I'm just what did so okay, say I don't know if it's your uncle or not who lied about the steak, but say your uncle lied about the steak. If he would embarrass himself about lying about that steak, why are you taking on that embarrassment?
It's the exact same reason why when we hear something on the news and something crazy going on, and I was like, please don't be black, please don't be black, please don't be black, and they be black, you be like, oh man.
I don't
be
do that.
embarrassed,
I know
though.
when they black.
Yeah,
I know when
do
they
my
black.
based on the crime.
I know
It's
when
like
they
that
black.
Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
skit.
that joke was crazy.
Oh yeah, that joint's hilarious. But yeah, I am these people. These people are me. You know what I'm saying? We are together. We are family. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like, because of I feel their victories.
Mhm.
I feel their flaws, and I feel them when they embarrass me in public.
Mm.
I feel all of that.
Mhm.
And so because of that, I am trying to avoid a situation like that. But I was in the right this actual time.
Mhm.
But the trauma from the wrong things that's happened the whole time, and me not wanting to reiterate the same situations that they've done before, I shrink.
I just be asking because I know a lot of people who like govern themselves off of not wanting to be embarrassed in public, like to the point of governing others' behavior because I don't want to be embarrassed by what you may do,
I got you. Yeah.
and that's the part that I'm talking about. Like we be taking on embarrassment for others. Like I'm not gonna. It's kind of like our parents used to say, "Don't go out here embarrassing me." Like you
Mhm.
do something now they feel embarrassed, so then they trying to control all the aspects of our behavior to prevent themselves from being embarrassed. So despite how I may want to act or how I may want to live or what I may want to do, you're governing all of my behavior to prevent something for yourself. You don't want to be embarrassed, so you telling me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only saying that because I've watched it like even my wife sometimes, and this used to piss me off, and we used to get into it. Back when she was working at a certain establishment, I won't say the name, but at times she is very focused on the presentation, the outward look, how do things look, the optics. whatever.
Why is that a thing, bro?
I'm telling you, bro. She is not just her, but it's
Like,
a lot
give
of
me an
people.
example. What you mean?
Like,
Gotta be
'cause
put on all
I'm
the
about to
time.
tell you. I'm about
Yeah.
to tell you.
Okay.
So she was having a work get together, whatever, predominantly white coworkers or whatever it was, and she had me on the calendar to go to this thing. So before we go, as we're getting dressed, she goes, "Would you mind wearing a long sleeve shirt so that way your tattoos are not showing when we go to this
I know that pissed you
event?"
off.
And it caught me off guard. I'm like, why do I need to wear a long sleeve shirt to go to
Mhm.
this?
Mhm.
It wasn't formal. Like if it's formal, I know how to put on. Like if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
dress up, we
Yeah,
dressing
yeah,
up. But
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's chill, casual, everybody just hanging out, whatever, why do I gotta wear? Why you want me to wear long sleeves?
Yeah.
And she was worried about how I would look to them so that she wouldn't be embarrassed by me.
That's
So
the
I'm like,
problem.
you embarrassed by how you would be embarrassed by being with me, like how I look.
Mhm, mhm,
That
mhm.
embarrasses you?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you. So I was like, I'm wearing whatever the hell I want to wear to this event.
Yeah, yeah.
And just because you asked me to wear long sleeves,
I'ma do it.
I'm definitely wearing short sleeves now.
Right.
Defiance.
I'm definitely wearing short.
I
No,
mean, I would do
because
the same thing.
I'm not gonna let their perception of me govern how I'm gonna walk out
Right.
the house.
Right.
Big facts.
I'm not going to. She may care about those people. I don't know them from nowhere. I don't care about them at all,
Mhm.
even enough to adjust my whatever it is. Like I'm not gonna do it for
Now,
nobody.
Here's a question. Does she do performative stuff for these people too? Because if she does performative stuff for these people as far as appearance, and she cares because she care, you should care too.
No,
doubt.
absolutely
No
not.
doubt.
See, and
No
that's
doubt.
what I be talking about. And
No
I'm not
doubt.
saying that she does performative things. It's a lot of people that like that. When they go out, they want to feel like they're putting on their best for others. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm putting on the best for, and they're not. I get dressed for me. When I get dressed, This is what I wanted to wear today. This is how I wanted to come out. I know some people who base their outfit off of how it would be received by others
Correct.
when they get to the space that they're going to.
Right.
There are a lot of people like that. I'm not going to wear that because I'm going to wear what I want to wear because this is what I wanted to wear. So when I say like performative stuff, it's not performative in the sense of being fake. It's that she's more so, and she does it still to this day.
Assimilation.
She
You
like
trying
it,
to fit
yeah,
in.
like she,
Yeah.
but that's inherited behavior because she'll forgive me later. Her mom is very much like that. She grew up in a space where her mom was always trying to make sure everything was to the T. Like even to the point now where she wears her curly hair a lot. I've always known she had curly hair, but when we first were together, she would always straighten it. She was back in the day when perms and stuff were popular. She would always straighten her hair. She would never wear curly, and curly is my favorite. She would never wear it, but she wouldn't wear it because of the messaging that she used to get from her mom about how curly hair, dreadlocks, all that is not presentable. It's not whatever. So despite it being her natural hair from her head and how it looks and how it makes her look, she was always straightening because that voice in the back of her head was, this is not presentable for me to.
Right.
So it took her a long time of me saying, wear your hair.
Yeah.
Your hair is beautiful. Wear your hair. It look good. It took her a long time to get to the point where she was comfortable wearing it. Now you can barely get her to straighten it, but it took that time of unlearning and stuff like that. So in that behavior was her trying to pass that to me. Now she's trying to tweak me because she's so used to being tweaked. And I'm like, I'm not going to be, I keep trying to tell, people think I'm joking. There's not a single person on this earth that can tell me what to do. If I'm doing something,
What we talk about accountability earlier?
no, listen, it's not about accountability. It's not about accountability. Listen,
He's comfortable in his own skin. He gonna present how
I'm
he
telling you,
wanna present.
I'm going to do what I want to do 100% of the time. And if I am doing something, trust and believe that I'm 100% submitting myself to what it is that you want to do to make it happen. And I'm willfully doing that. But you're never going to be able to tell me what to do. You can give me a suggestion
Right.
and I'll decide if I want to adhere to whatever it is that you want to do, but know that I'm choosing to do that.
Right.
At every space and time. No one on this earth is going to tell me what to do.
Look, like the old head told me one time, I don't scratch unless I itch. I don't dance unless I like the music. That's
Right.
how I move. That's how
That's
I
it.
move. That's how I move. That's how I move. That's how I move. And another OG told me one time, he was like, don't dim your light when other people can't find the light switch.
Okay.
Bruh, I'm not going to
Come
dim
on
my
now.
light.
That's a
And you
bar.
can't even find the switch.
We gotta
bruh.
get you a book of
Like,
sayings.
legit.
We
gotta
old
get
head
you a
book
book
I'm
of
not
sayings.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
We get an old
Yo.
head book of
I agree
sayings.
with you on that, man.
Yeah,
I'm not
'cause I'm
gonna
not gonna
wear
do it.
this just so these other people who
I'm
forget
not
all
gonna do that. So
Forget all
I
that.
don't think that because it's important to her that I have to do that in that way. It's all about the motive and the intention. It's the reason behind what it is that you're trying to get me to do it. If there's an actual purpose, like if that is what is required for the event, but this wasn't no requirement for the event. She was trying to tweak me to be acceptable in their presence based on what she perceived.
Okay, so when you said, all right, so that gives clarity, because I was actually going to push back and say, well, we all simulate in some way, shape, or form. But because you said it wasn't the call for this event, that makes sense, because we all simulate somehow, some way. When we go to work, we wear stuff that we don't want to wear. Well, you work from home, but anyway, but if you work in an office,
Go ahead, finish it.
if you work in an office, you have to wear business casual. I don't like business casual. I'd rather wear jeans and my J's. You feel me? So I simulate to go to work. I go to work. I simulate when I go to church. You know, I simulate if I go to a wedding. For occasions, we do simulate, and for the occasion. But because this occasion didn't call for anything, then that makes sense.
But what I'm saying is this, though, it's the mindset, not because Mel already stated the type of event. If it was a formal event, I know how to put on.
Right.
If it's this or that, I know how to put on. When it comes to a lot of times in our community, because I've heard it myself. Everybody knows I wear bow ties. If I'm suited and booted, I got on a bow tie. That's what it is. I actually had a brother one time tell me, well, when you're coming into these spaces, you may not want to wear a bow tie because some of the other people feel intimidated. What that got to do with me?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
Like, so no, I'm gonna put on how I want to put on.
Yeah.
Even in that, they showing up with dog hair and cat hair everywhere,
And not worried about me.
I don't like that.
And not worried about me.
I don't like that.
Okay. They not worried about me.
Over here smelling like hot dog
Come
water,
on,
but
bro.
I'm supposed to be. I gotta put on a certain
Okay,
way.
you know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, man.
Come
Miss
on
me
now.
with that, yo. Grow
on
up
now.
Grow
Yo, why
up,
people
yo.
smell like hot dog water
They do.
everywhere, man?
They do. They do. Got
I
me
really
twisted.
feel like sometimes people don't think that you supposed to take a bath every day.
Like, come on, man.
But you is.
Come on, man.
I really feel like people
Stop
don't
playing
think
with
I'm telling you,
Nah, I'm not doing that.
I don't assimilate, and that's what I'm saying. For a lot of times, I don't, and that's what brings me problems because people, most of the time, the argument in my direction is people feel like I'm going against the grain.
Mhm.
Why you always got to go against the grain? Why you going against the grain? Why you can't never just do this or that? Because I'm not a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a sheep in the sense of the world. If we talk about the Bible, then I'll be a sheep. But
Oh yeah, I get what
according
you're
to the
saying, yeah.
word, I'm not just going to follow along with what everybody else is doing.
Right.
I am going to do what I want to do 100% of the time, every single time. You talking about work. I don't know. We used to both work at the mountain. You never used to see me on a regular basis. But did I ever look like I was wearing work appropriate clothes?
Yes.
No, you had
For
the tats. He had the tats out.
Tats out, J's on, foams on, every other day where everyone else wearing their Birkenstocks and khakis, whatever it was.
But
I
at
was
the-
gonna
But
wear
that's
what
but that's the thing about culture. Our cultures are different, right?
right.
What I think is business casual, they often don't think it's business casual because I'm never gonna dress like that.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
never
right,
gonna
right.
wear Birks to work. Like I'm just not gonna do that. So I'm gonna present how I feel I'm comfortable in my own skin and what I'm comfortable in presenting. Because I don't really wear a lot of business casual. That's one thing I don't know how to do that. Like you talking about throwing some khakis in a polo, I feel mad
Crazy.
uncomfortable. Like,
Crazy.
This is not,
It's like I gotta dress all the way up or not at all.
And that's what it is.
Right, right,
so
right. It's not-
there's
there's no in
there's
between.
no middle ground.
Yeah.
For me, like this week, I was traveling or whatever, and we had some meetings and stuff like that. I showed up in a suit and bow tie. That's how I dress. Everybody else, open collar, blue blazer. You know how they do blue blazer with the gold buttons. I like that.
White Oxford shirt, khakis, and the penny loafers.
I like the bow tie. You're so again. This is how I
Every day.
present.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it ain't no. And that's just what it is. But yeah, I agree with you, Mel. I'm not going to again dim my light when you can't
I'm
find
not
the
gonna
light
do it.
switch. Bro.
And that's why I find the places that I play. You talking about church? We go to church. I stopped going to them type of churches because I knew I didn't want to wear a suit every Sunday. I don't want to
Right.
put on a suit to go to
Right,
church.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to a church that requires a suit. If that's what your church requires, I'm not gonna go there.
Right.
So I'm gonna go to one of the ones
ain't
that.
got nothing to do with the inner man.
Man, come on, bro.
It's the
Okay,
inner
And
so
I
man.
say, catch me at church tomorrow, and I'm gonna look just like how I look right
Exactly.
now.
Okay, but
Exactly.
you said you found a church to that allows for that, right? But this situation where your wife was asking you to come to an event, she wanted you to be what this event would potentially may call
no,
for.
no, no. See, no.
Now, because you recognize that there are places that do require a certain attire,
He already attested
and you
to
say,
that.
"I'm not going to that."
He already attested.
I
that.
know he
Don't
attested
piss me
that.
off, Doc. It's the first episode.
He
Don't piss me off, bro. Don't piss me off.
I know. I know that. I know that. All I'm saying is he acknowledges that there are places that do call for certain attire.
We agree to
He
that.
chooses not to go there. His wife asked him, "Hey, at this event, please wear this attire because I want to have a certain presentation for this event."
But the event didn't require it. That's what you missing.
Exactly.
This is
It
what
did not
she
require
simply
it. She wanted
because
me-
she wanted to feel comfortable, and we ain't got time for that. Get
Thank you,
comfortable-
Lace.
Get comfortable with the uncomfortable. I'm wearing these tats. Kiss my ass and leave me alone.
Exactly. And that's exactly how it came out. I apologize later, but that's how it came out. Because it pissed me off. I got embarrassed at the fact that she was embarrassed by.
And that's the piece. Now you embarrassed by
embarrassed by me.
me?
What about me?
Me.
You know what I'm saying? Mister, put it on. You
You
embarrassed?
embarrassed by me. Come on, bro. Miss me with
And
that.
I
yo.
even, it wasn't even about my behavior. It was my
to
look
put on for some people I guarantee she don't even talk to no more.
at all.
At all.
And that's why I don't do that. And you looking at the whole support. It's your wife's interest. I understand the integrity. We need like you.
We do.
We need.
We do.
We
We
need.
do. But
We need.
That's
but
one
I'm saying-
third.
That's
That's
what I'm
one
saying.
third. That's one third.
We need that. I need that. I need somebody with integrity to have that type of vantage point and viewpoint. But I'm not going to be. Not only can people not tell me what to do, but I'm not going to let your insecurities, your thoughts, your emotions govern my behaviors either. I'm not gonna let nobody do that to me.
Mhm.
Just because that's how you feel about it doesn't mean that I have to adjust my complete pattern way of being to succumb to whatever that feeling is that you have.
And the
that's
thing
what you
is,
say.
too, say as you did assimilate and put on a long sleeve shirt for the event. If one of these people saw you in the streets, they're going to view and judge and create a lens of bias anyway around that, regardless whether they saw you one time with a long sleeve shirt on or if they saw
Or
you
short sleeve.
otherwise.
Now I might be wrong in the way that I'm thinking. Okay.
Probably. Carry on. Carry on. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back.
I am of the mindset of first impressions are everlasting.
That's not true.
I am of that mindset. And I like to be, like Dr. King said, governed by my character.
Mhm.
And so oftentimes
It's
what
gonna be
happens,
good. It's gonna be good. I just said it's gonna be good. All I said was it's gonna be
Hold on,
good.
hold on, hold on.
All I said was it's gonna be good. That's all I said.
I'm about to get
That's
it.
all I said was it's gonna be good. That's all I said.
All I'm saying is I like to be governed by my character. I am aware that there are biases
Yes.
that are in this atmosphere. So thus and therefore, I try to remove those biases that could potentially be there at first. Judge me by
pissing
my
me
character.
off, Doc.
Hold on. Let me cook. Okay.
You're not cooking. You're not cooking.
How I'm gonna let you do something you're not doing.
Let me cook.
All right, cook.
I want to present myself so that those biases aren't there. And you know me by my character so that when I do show up as who I really am, it's like, oh, I know him as his character. And now I know him as his totality.
Do you see how that concept and mental state, because it's erroneous? Do you see how that can be erroneous? You're running a fool's errand, as folks would say. I'm going to present my character. First of all, character is on the inside.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was
Number
gonna
one.
be my argument.
Character is not on the outside. And hear me out. I'll let
him
you
cook.
I'll let you cook.
Y'all
I'll
really
let you
didn't
cook.
let me cook.
I let you cook. I didn't say nothing.
I'll
I
let you
didn't say
cook.
nothing. All I said was it's gonna
So
be good.
what I'm
That's all I
saying
said.
is, say for instance, you present a certain way to folks for first time impressions. I want to do everything right. I want to check all the boxes.
Right.
You go out here, do something crazy.
Okay.
Do you really think they're going to judge you based upon what they knew you as or what you presented? I.e., case in point, we'll use Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay. Talk to me.
We all seen the Netflix special, the
didn't.
series. You
I
didn't see it?
You didn't watch it?
Anyway, this presented a certain way, quiet, reserved, not in the mix, not doing. He killing. He got bodies. He eating.
Hey, he won those people over to eat them.
What I'm saying
That's what
is,
I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying.
What
though,
I'm trying to say is I'm
you're
trying to
presenting-
win people over initially.
So you want to eat? Never mind.
So essentially,
Never
you want to put on because
Yes,
that's what it is.
what I'm getting
No,
to.
no, 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 no.
That is what I'm getting
You
to.
put it on.
No.
That's
You put it
exactly
on.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
What I would say is this is wading in the water. I am not trying to what's the when you jump in, you hold your knees and you jump in the water. What's that joint called?
Cannonball.
Cannonball. I'm not trying to cannonball into an environment where I can potentially disturb the waters. I am trying to wade in the water. First of all, I'm trying to get to know the people that I'm around. I'm trying to get to know the environment that I'm around. I'm trying to get to know the people because listen, this is not my area. This is not where I'm used to being. And so it's important for me to get to know the lay of the land before I actually plant my flag.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's nuts.
I'm
For
not
me-
saying you crazy. That is crazy. But
For
a lot of
me-
people do that. I'm gonna let you.
A lot of people do that, but I'm the type. I have enough confidence in me and what I present, regardless of how you may feel or others may feel. My goal is to shift the atmosphere when I walk in. I'm shifting the atmosphere.
There are people who shift the atmosphere, obviously, and there are people who shift the atmosphere casually. There are armies.
That's
listen,
not you,
Listen,
though.
hold on.
That's not you.
There are armies that invade, and you see it coming, and that there are secret agents that infiltrate, and you never knew they were there.
But they faking and putting on.
Right,
That's
they
the difference.
putting
You're
on.
missing the point. Doc.
You're missing the
They're
point.
putting
I have
on.
a mission. I have a mission that
Okay.
I'm trying to do.
What's your mission?
And my mission is to be a change agent. And we said
But
we said this plenty times before, but there are different ways of doing
Hey,
this.
I'm pissed off. He pissed me off. He pissed me off.
Go ahead, finish it.
Because, and I'll tell you exactly why. My whole life was changed because of someone who did not bombard me, but became my friend, and so showed genuine interest to me, and he changed my whole worldview because I knew he cared first. But he did not come from a you need to change your life. You need to
I'm not
Nobody's
saying move
saying
like that. See, you take it.
No.
No.
I'm taking this microscopic thing that happened and I'm putting it into the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, my life changed because I got to know someone. There was commonality. There were things in which I saw that he was my brother, and then my life changed from that. I think some people want to cannonball into things, send their army on the beach to storm the beach, and think that they're going to change. And it does work. I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying that's just not my approach.
And I understand
You're missing
that.
the point.
What the point being made?
You're missing the point.
The point being made is I'm not going to enter a room. It is not about cannonballing or anything of that nature or warfare and storming the beaches of Normandy.
You're being condescending.
I'm not talking about
He's good at that.
What I'm saying is I'm not going to shift who I am and how I present to make others feel comfortable in a setting,
Right.
so I can learn the lay of the land and then present something of
Else
myself
later.
down the line. Because to me, that's fake and phony.
It is fake and phony.
Because I know you are ON. So if you show up as something that is not, and then you present as an ON later, then now I'm like, yo, who is this ON?
That's
For
what I
real.
be saying.
Like, for real.
Because Lace be doing that.
You want to come in?
Because Lace be doing that. And that's why I be getting mad. You talking about I'm pissed off. I be getting pissed off. Because Lace be doing exactly
Lace,
what he talking about.
You big ON.
Lace be doing
You
exactly
big
what
ON.
I'm telling. When Lace get on this pod and get on this microphone and start the world and holistic and we look back and we speak and we do. He not like that. He don't act like that, bruh. He not like that. But he be doing that for the camera. And it be pissing me off. Because he an ON and I want him to be an ON because people need to see that there's layers to this. But he be doing that. But
don't.
you be doing it too.
I
Oh,
don't.
I know I do it, but I have purpose behind mine.
But I'm telling you, it be pissing me off because it is on the line of being fake and phony, bro. If you're coming into a room and you're not giving your real self because you're trying to figure it out, or you putting on your representative for the space, whatever, and then you show something completely different later on, that is fake and phony. There ain't nothing about coming up to my knees in the water about that situation, bro. And it's nothing. I'm literally saying that when I come into a room, I'm doing the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the lay of the land.
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out the people. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the room. But what I'm going to present when I come into this room is myself.
Mhm.
I'm not coming in thinking or feeling like I need to be something different in order to operate in this room.
Okay.
And that is the argument that I'm trying to make. A lot of people are changing who they are, their behaviors, and their complete lifestyle to be and operate in a room.
Right, to try to
which
fit.
is crazy.
But
even if it's no matter where you call it, work, school, church, home, what is wrong with y'all that you feel like I cannot walk into this room as myself,
Right.
and still accomplish what I came to accomplish in this space? What about you?
I'm glad you said that. You said a change of a lifestyle. You thought that wearing a sleeve shirt was a change of your whole lifestyle. No, you are still there. Your presence is there under those sleeves. And for a moment, you're making a modification. You're not changing your whole lifestyle to be in that room. You're just making a modification.
I'm changing, but the modification that's being made is not as it impacts me
Right.
in a way that's attempting to make someone else feel comfortable. And we don't even know if they uncomfortable. No one has said that I'm going to be uncomfortable by him having tattoos on his
Right.
arms. You're trying to anticipate someone else's comfort and want me to fall into alignment
that's
with
what
what you
happened.
want to do.
Now
That is
okay.
totally different
Okay, yeah.
than we going to a formal ball and we know that it's formal and I choose to show up in J's and Foams to a black and white event.
Right.
I know the event is black and white. There was no standard of dress for this event. It was, I want you to change what you have on and how you usually present. I want you to do something different to meet the desires of this group that I'm trying to do. Unspoken desires of this group to satisfy what I want to do. Because that's totally different.
I can relate to that because first of all, you don't know what anybody in that room is going to think.
All.
Yeah. So I will give
and I'm not worried about making them feel, when I come and listen to me, because I'm getting pissed off. I'm legit getting pissed off. I'm getting passionate about this conversation. When I come into a room, my intention is not to make you feel comfortable.
Right.
That's not my mission when I come in this room. I'm not coming in this room to make you feel comfortable. I'm not here for you.
Okay, you're not here for the people that are in the room, right?
No matter what room I come in, I'm not coming in this room with the thought of I'm trying to make you feel comfortable.
Do you come in the room to make your wife feel comfortable though? Does that matter to you?
What?
You're coming in the room not for these people, but you are coming in the room for this woman who is on your side.
But is she on his side if she asks him to switch up?
To switch up to meet the needs of that group. You're supposed to be on my side. You, my wife. If there's an event and those people probably wouldn't like how I present and they would be uncomfortable about how I look, then you shouldn't want to go over there with them. You shouldn't want to be over there with them. If you got to change me to be over there with them, we shouldn't even be going to that event. If I can't take my wife as she is to somewhere without telling her that she needs to change to be what those people need to be, that's a problem.
Now, have you not dressed up your wife on some occasions to go to some places?
So that she can look good. If I feel like she looks ridiculous, if I feel like she looks ridiculous, I'm going to say something. I'm not dressing her up to meet other people's needs is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm dressing her up so that she looks like the best version of herself, because I'm trying to meet someone else's needs.
What if there was some intention for you to not look ridiculous in this situation?
But I don't look ridiculous.
You don't.
That's the whole point.
I know. We're not saying you look ridiculous. But what if there was...
He has looked ridiculous.
I have. And so everyone's wearing a questionable outfit. Everybody has worn a questionable outfit.
Ridiculous in the past.
What I'm saying is we are in alignment. I'm going to move past. I'm not going to let you... I have
he
one.
is absolutely looks ridiculous in the past.
Lace.
100%.
Lace.
100%.
Everybody has worn a questionable outfit at one point in time in their life. What I'm telling you is, when I do dress her up, it's because I want her to be fine. I want her to be at her finest. Not because I'm trying to make sure she looks good for other people. I want her to look good for her, feel good for her, look good for me too.
Sure.
I'm worried about us. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying put that on because they might or you look. This is for you. Mm-hmm. I want you to be stepping when you go out so that you feel confident about what you. I'm not telling her to change for the group because there's never going to be a situation where I'm trying to change how she's presenting to make other people feel comfortable.
Right. Does she have tattoos?
She got a couple, but they're not the scale that I have.
When she goes to work, does she cover up her tattoos?
Where they are, they're usually covered up because of the placement on her body.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But
the reason why
if she didn't,
if she was already doing that because of she knows the environment, all she's doing is asking you to simulate what she's been doing.
And I'm not going to do that. It's what I keep trying to tell you. And you keep hinging on the fact that I should do it because it's important to her. Everything that's important to her don't need to be important to me. And I know that's contrary to your belief because you think that everything that's important to your wife should be important to you. And depending on the motive, the reason, and the desire, it is not important to me.
I don't like the insinuation what you insinuating.
That's what you insinuated. You think that everything that's important to her needs to be important to me.
I'm not saying it needs to be important to her. What I am saying is it is important to her. And because it is important to her in this moment, it's just clothes.
No, it's not just clothes.
It's just clothes.
See?
But this is my wife.
It's not just clothes. You're missing the point. You're making it about clothes because of your belief that because it's important to her, I need to do it. It's not clothes. It's the principle. You're trying to change me to make other people feel happy. I'm not acting crazy that's in a way that's embarrassing you in public. I'm not misbehaving in the group to where you feel like you got to shrink or something. We haven't even arrived to the destination, and you're preemptively trying to change my presentation to make someone else feel comfortable. That is the principle of the issue. That is the problem.
All I'm saying is this could have been a great opportunity for growth. It could have been a great opportunity for growth. You could have dressed. Let's say, for instance, you went along with it. I dressed up in the sleeves. I went with my wife. We did the whole thing. Shook hands, kissed babies, came back home. Feel me? Come back home. Hey, we were in this environment. You asked me to do this certain thing for you. I didn't feel like it was important to do that for this environment, for these people. It didn't call for this dress, but you asked me to do it because you are important to me. Now, here's a question for you. Are you embarrassed of me? This was a great time to have a growing moment. But what happened is you got offended in the moment and you missed a learning opportunity.
So
I didn't miss a learning. No, I gotta get it. I got to, and then I'm gonna let you cook.
Because we cooking.
No, I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Okay, I get the angle that you is taking there with the growth situation.
Yes.
What I'm saying is you're trying to make the growth about me.
No. It's gonna be a growth about us all. That's what marriage is. We're all growing.
Troy,
you sacrifice for your wife, and then at the moment when y'all come back home, y'all get to have a learning opportunity. And the learning opportunity is to put her to ask her the questions. Are you embarrassed of me?
This is a learning opportunity for her
to not ask me no
ridiculous.
That learning.
The only person in this moment that need to be learning. The only person that need to be learning something in this moment.
Don't ask me no dumb stuff. Learning
is the person this is a good lesson for you to learn. Okay? Everything ain't always gonna go your way. That's first of all. That's a learning moment. And there's learning in taking strength from me in the fact that I'm not willing to disrupt and change myself to make other people feel comfortable. That is learning.
All learning.
We could have all that reflective conversation with it, and it was offensive. In the moment, it was offensive. Mm-hmm. That was an offensive thing to ask me. That's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Disrespectful, too, if you ask me.
Utterly.
Ridiculous. I was offended and felt disrespected.
Sure.
In that moment by that request. So what I'm saying is, again, I understand what you're saying. There was growth. There was opportunity for conversation. I got you. The principle of the conversation is she was trying to get me to adjust myself to make other people feel comfortable instead of saying, if those people would not be comfortable with my husband as he is, I don't even need to be engaging in that situation.
Or stand up and advocate for you if somebody did feel
That's true. That's the other half.
That's my man. And
why can't that be the learning? Why I gotta learn how to not?
Why I gotta learn piece too, though. When those types of things are presented, particularly in relationships, marriages, etc., we are often faced with: am I gonna ruin the night now, or am I gonna ruin the night later? Because whether you did it before or if you took Troy's emotional intelligence journey and did it later, it's gonna be ruined.
Because when we have a conversation,
we gonna have
it.
And the night is ruined regardless. Nobody wins.
And she don't talk to them people no more.
I think we may not win, but there's a good, better, best in this
I agree
whole
with
situation.
that. And it's not about wins and losses.
Yes,
it is not about wins and losses. But again, both individuals involved have to come at it from a very emotionally intelligent space. We know if there's an offense presented, it likely, unless someone is very strategic in how they want to present, it's not going to pan out that way.
Right.
Because if you said, babe, I was offended when you did XYZ, there's not going to be any accountability for that offense.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Just like we didn't know if the raggedy ass people was going to be uncomfortable about my outfit.
Feel me? So now we're just operating in a gray area. Everything is unknown.
You don't know.
Everything is unknown.
You don't know.
So
I don't appreciate the mockery.
Why would I again dumb myself down to operate in an unknown when I know who I am and whose I am? So I'm going to present in said way.
So let's broaden this perspective just a little bit, okay? Let's say, for instance, you were a drunk, okay, and y'all going to this function and they serving liquor. alcohol, wine, beer. Your wife says to you, hey, when we get to this event, can you not drink? Do you flip out then? Oh, you think I'm an alcoholic? You think I'm a
You say you're drunk.
You
said
drunk.
I'm a drunk.
You're a drunk.
And we're going to an event that has things where I would be in my usual state of drunkenness.
You would be in your usual state
and
of
you're
drunkenness.
asking me to refrain from drinking.
Is she wrong for asking you, hey, don't drink at this function?
No.
Because
I'm gonna tell you why. There's two answers to this question.
You a known drunk.
Because I'm a known drunk. First of all,
You a known drunk.
I'm a known drunk.
Again.
So it is very probable that I'm going to be drunk when we get to this event.
You are a known
That's
drunk.
first of all. The second problem is, why would you take me if you know I'm a drunk?
Right. You see what I'm saying? It ain't hard.
See what I'm talking about?
It ain't hard, bro.
See what I'm talking about? This is what I don't understand.
But hold on.
If I been telling you my whole life, as long as y'all know me, I've been telling you, can't nobody on this earth tell me what to do. And I say it with conviction and passion. There's no one on this earth that can tell me what to do. I left home at 17 because nobody can tell me what to do. No one can tell me what to do. If I've been saying that my whole life, why do y'all think that when are you going to learn that you can't tell me what to do? At what point are you going to learn that I cannot tell him what to do? I have to ask him. I got to make a suggestion. I got to make a request. I can't make no demands to him because he done already told me can't nobody tell him what to do.
Sure.
Yeah, that's problematic.
I'm just saying.
I understand because
it's not problematic. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
I'm just
You see,
saying.
as soon as you start living free, people are afraid of freedom.
I'm not.
People are afraid of freedom. But so me being free enough to say no one can tell me what to do. I'm not gonna be. Some birds are not meant to be caged. I'm a bird that's not meant to be caged.
I understand that.
So what are you laughing at?
I'm just.
All right, To Kill a Mockingbird. If you want to be in a cage, go ahead. Be caged.
No,
be caged.
It's not.
If you want to be a parakeet in the cage, be in the cage.
I'm laughing at. It's the. I did not expect you to say something so poetic.
Some birds are not meant to be caged. I'm not meant to be caged. I've felt that my whole life. I've no way, shape, or form, or fashion. You say it's problematic for no one to
I
be
said
able
it
to.
can be problematic.
No, you say it's problematic that no one can tell me what to do.
It can be problematic.
Giving me advice and consulting me and telling me what to do
is how it's
are
presented.
two different things.
I feel you.
You
You're
can't
correct.
tell me what to do.
You are correct.
So I've learned that about you. I think when we first were friends and we were first like sharing and stuff like that, I think I would be more advice heavy. But then after or more militant, like you shouldn't do that, blah 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 blah. I realized I was like, that is not how he receives. Let me be a change agent, because I'm not going to attack your beach with my army. I'm going to be a spy. And I'm going to get to know you more, assimilate to you more. And this is all me too, by the way, and get to and share with you. How many times have people said, Mel, that podcast working out for you, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have not directly been abrupt about anything. We have been wading in the water when it comes to
That's
Melvin.
not what happens. That's not why that is. That's really not why that is. I respect y'all enough to listen to what you say to me. Is what happens. You're not being a sneaky spy about. Lace is a complete dick when he says stuff to me. Lace is
What did I do?
Lace is a complete. When he tells me stuff or says stuff, it's not in a way that is sneaky spy like covert. He says it directly to me.
Yeah.
But because of the respect and reverence that I have for y'all, I'm willing to listen to what you say. I don't care about the presentation. It's not about the presentation. And a lot of times it's the source. I don't care. I'm not sensitive like most people who worry about tone and inflection. I'm not sensitive in that way. I can receive information. It's not based on the packaging that it comes in.
Sure.
When you're talking to me, I'm looking at the source. How do I feel about the source of where this information and conversation is coming from?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't feel the source is credible, you definitely can't speak. You shouldn't even be mumbling to me. I'm not going to listen to nothing you say. If I respect you as a person and I'm willing to submit myself to what it is that you're saying, then I receive what you're saying. The reason you rubbing off on me is because I have respect and reverence for you, so I'm willing to listen to what you say.
What are some things that make you not respect somebody? To not receive from them?
Well, for number one, if you haven't been as far as I have been in life, then I'm probably not gonna listen to you.
Mhm.
If you're in a space that, for example, say I'm married. I've been married for almost 14 years.
Mhm.
If you're unmarried, you have nothing to say to me about marriage or advice or whatever it is. If you are newly married, you've been married for 18 months, keep your opinion to yourself. You ain't been married long enough to be telling me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Different stuff like that. If I, for example, like the industry that I work in, if you're not in that industry, you don't know nothing about it, you can't consult me on it. You can't give me any information. So it's like, it depends on the situation. In a lot of ways, because y'all are like older brothers to me, like y'all not much older than me, but I've always been the oldest. So I haven't had an older brother. So I have that lens with y'all. So when I'm talking to y'all, I hear a brother. I hear a older brother. So when you talk to me, a lot of times you're not telling me what to do. You're more so telling me it's not a good idea. You're like, I hear what you're saying. I don't think that's the best approach. And that's how it's more received versus you saying, don't do that. You need to do this. Go over here and do that. That's not how you're communicating to me when you talk to me.
Sure.
It's just because you're giving me the advice, I just happen to take it. But you're not going to, if you came out and demanded me to do something, I probably wouldn't do it because you can't tell me what to do. I will like, I don't know the best way to explain it without it sounding problematic as Lace.
No, I mean
described
the way you articulated it, that makes sense. But the premise is being told what to do. You need to do X, Y, Z, whatever is what is triggering. But if it is more of advice or this is what I've experienced, that you might want to consider X, Y, that is received differently. So that makes sense. I think we're all like that. We're all like that to an extent. It might not be as at the forefront as you coin it, but I think we're all like that too. And agree, telling somebody to do some work versus, well, would you consider doing it this way, particularly based upon relationship and experience? That all has to come into play. Just like in our lens of work, we have to collaborate with people across the board. You know what I mean? If this ain't your subject matter expertise, shut the hell up and sit back. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I can also speak to how decisions impact others and how approach impacts others in that way too. So you have to be mindful enough to understand that, which I know you do, but don't come telling me what I need to do when this ain't your realm.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
So 2 things that we've learned from this episode. Troy go piss us off today. And he wearing that long sleeve shirt.
He would have put on the shirt.
Right. But this man who also swam in a t-shirt because he was worried about,
He did.
I'm an insecure child that doesn't have a father.
It's all, hey, if that's what you want to carry.
I did not have a father to give me the confidence that I needed.
I get assimilation and assimilating to an environment. People do it all the time. All the time by nature. And most people I understand are not as free as me. So they equate it to confidence. People use the verbiage towards me as confident. I'm not as confident as you to be like that in this space. And it's not about confidence. I'm free in the sense of I'm not worried about what other people think about me. So when I come into a room, I don't have the same thoughts about the space as you have because my mind is free from what others' perception of me is. I'm firm enough in who I am and what I want to be to know that it doesn't matter what you think about me. It's not going to change how I move, act, and respond in these moments. I may communicate with you differently to meet you where you are, but I'm not going to ever change what's good about me. And I would rather walk into every room being this and having people decide I want to be in community with you or he's not for me and go that way versus being somewhere in the middle where people are unsure about me. One thing that people can always say about me is they'll either say, I really like Mel cool, or I hate that. And I'm fine with that. I would much rather know who hates me and who's for me than be somewhere in the middle playing this game where I'm changing myself in every space that I'm in. And there are a lot of people like that. That's why most people can't mix their friend groups. They got a friend group over here, they got a friend group over there, they got a friend group over there, and they're a different person in all those groups. They show themselves differently in all those groups. Every time they come into a room, they're playing algebra with their personality because they're trying to figure, well, I can't be this way over here. I can't do this with this group, so I got to do that over here with this group. And so then when you have an event and you have a situation, you start thinking, who can I invite to this situation? Who can I invite to this Who can I mix together that ain't gonna be too? Well, this group kind of like this group kind of like. Well, who can I? And I'm the same in every group that I'm in. So when I have an event, all my friend groups can come.
Mm-hmm.
All my friend groups is mingled together. My church group, my friend group at home, whatever. Because I'm not a different person in any of those rooms.
Yeah.
So I don't have to change and be different when I'm in those spaces. So I don't have to worry about that stuff. I don't play those games. So it's not that I'm more confident. It's just that I'm more free in the sense of whatever they think is what they think. And how I said all the time, a lot of people are worried about their perception because they haven't worked on their character. Character's going to show regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless. My character's always going to show.
Yeah, I feel you.
So whether I present one way or not, you don't have to protect your image if you work on your character. If your character's good, your image is going to be fine.
And that's one thing too. I was reflecting just this week. I was like, why do people reach out to me for knowing just who I am? Because you often say I'm an a-hole and I'm gonna kick it straight.
Right.
Why do people reach out to me for advice? Like legit, I'm driving. I'm like, why is that? Because I got a few calls this week. Yo, what you think about this, that, and the third? But it goes back to this is what you get. Like,
yes.
I'm gonna kick it to you
and
straight.
they know that.
Yeah.
And that's why they asking you.
And I'm not gonna switch up.
They
And
like,
that's what
who
it
can
is.
I call that I know is going to give me the truth and tell me the real and tell me what I need to know, even if it's not what I want to hear. And they're going to call you because they know that's what they can expect from you.
It's what it is.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, we all got stuff that we provide to the group in the world and stuff like that. And when you start always assimilating to meet the space of others, you stop operating in the gifts that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You stop operating in the stuff that you bring to the table. We need with integrity that tell us to focus on our wives' sensitivity and stuff like that. But then I also need somebody sometime to say, shut the hell up and go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that I can have balance in this situation. Sometimes moments call for
He the
that.
Ralph Trashman of the group.
What's that mean?
A man with sensitivity.
That's all I'm saying. But if you would, but like you used to say before, a lot of that you were turning off though before because you was trying to kind of fit in with us.
We got to get to the bottom of that though, because I know we probably almost at time, but we got to get to the bottom of that because Troy, you've expressed that in like every stage of life.
What?
That you want to do certain things so other people feel comfortable to an extent. Not that you are dimming your light, but it does essentially dim your light in a certain way because you want other people to feel comfortable. From the stories you've told about grade school when you got hit in the face with the tray.
You didn't have to say that. And I did not get hit in the face with the tray.
And how somebody stole your cousin's shoes, but you went and snitched on it. And like, you have done things
Nothing to do.
to make people
That had
feel
nothing to do with this.
driving broads around, wasting gas.
Being
and
a brother. I'm a brother.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm a brother.
how have you, I guess, cultivated that mindset of you always try to spread the good news in a way, but at the extent of not exposing others, but sometimes dimming your light?
I do expose others. I've been called the Old Testament prophet by my friend group because I tell it straight. I tell it how T.I. is.
When
do you do that?
So we haven't developed that type of camaraderie yet.
Oh, we ain't got that yet.
We haven't gotten there yet.
We ain't got that yet.
I've been friends with this
We ain't got that yet. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Save it. Save it, man. Save it, man.
No, listen.
I've been friends with this
Listen.
longer than I've been married.
ain't
And
got
he
that
talking
yet.
about some.
No,
we
not
ain't
longer
developed-
than
we
you've
ain't
been
developed
married.
that type
I
of
knew you.
camaraderie. We ain't
I
developed
knew
that
you.
type
We
of
ain't got that yet.
camaraderie yet.
So
with this
and now I
relationship.
know where we gotta go.
You
Bet.
my
Bet.
for
Troy,
me
what year was Durag Ministries at UVA? What year was that?
maybe like 06, 07.
I've known him longer than I've been married.
All right, but hear me out. I have changed since then. I used to be the old. Let me preface this. I used to be the Old Testament prophet. I've since changed a whole lot more. I've been more gracious since I've been married because I've realized my brash approach to things was not yielding as what I wanted it to yield. I was using vinegar to catch flies instead of honey. So I've changed from honey to vinegar. So I mean, from vinegar to honey. So honestly, you probably won't get that version of Troy anymore anyway. I've learned how to use it in a different approach when it comes to my friends.
It's amazing how he tells stuff in reverse. Because he said we ain't like that.
He did.
I mean, y'all heard
that means he doing it with other people.
We ain't like that.
That means he doing it with other people, just not
I'm
us.
not really. I'm not
He
really
doing it with other people.
I'm not.
It's cool.
It's fine.
That's
It's
what
cool.
it is.
You see, you one way in this group, you
Right.
one way in that group,
Right. Old
you one way in this
Testament
group. I'm just saying.
Old
I'm gonna
Testament.
tell y'all-
I wanted somebody to tell me like a Ti is.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story when we get. I'm gonna tell you a story when we get offline.
Like a T.I.
I'm gonna
is.
tell you a story when we get offline, and it'll make sense. But until then, it's your boy T. Roy, life coach
We
Lace,
ain't
Melly
like that.
Mel.
Piss me off.
We
bro.
ain't like that. We ain't like
It's
that.
the Manly D's podcast. We out.